गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप लोग। ओके गाइस, आई होप गाइस यू कैन hear me. Okay, for some time you will not be able to unmute yourself who are joined from the Zoom, right? Once I complete the session, after that you can join. You will be allowed to unmute yourself, and if you have any doubt, anything to ask, you can definitely ask any questions. Okay, till then stay online. And so basically this live workshop is for the next live batch, which is in the English medium. So we are starting with the CCNA 200-301 in English medium for the first time. So basically, why there is a requirement to learn the networking. So I'm sure each and every person in the world knows about it, right? So every day, everyone, using the networking, whether it is the personal area network, whether it is the private network, which we call it as local area network, and there are a lot of people who use the internet also, right? So in any form you are using this networking, is everything will be covered in this particular course. So basically, why we call this course as a CCNA? Because one world's best company, which is Cisco. I'm sure everybody knows about the Cisco company. So it's the world best company who actually manufacturing the networking devices, and there are a lot of protocols which are designed by the Cisco, right? So guys who are joined from the Zoom, there is no requirement of a camera. You can stop your videos, right? Okay, so now let's move on. So the agenda for this workshop is to understand basically definitely about the networking course. So why you should learn the CCNA? Because one, this is the first question which comes to mind when it you know we are thinking of to join the networking course. So first of all, we should know then why we should join the CCNA, right? Why there is no why there is a requirement to understand the networking, to learn the networking. And after that, once we'll complete this, second option will be have what you will learn in this course. Will I'll just go through the entire syllabus which is provided by the Cisco on an official website, right? I'll share with you guys so that there is no nobody can ask that what we are going to learn, you have told this and that. So that is why we will stick to the official website of Cisco. And after that, there are a lot of companies who the which are already learned from me the networking, and they have joined some companies, right? As well as, even if you don't learn from me, if say for example you have joined the CCNA from any institute, and once you pass that particular complete course, depend on your the knowledge, you can join. There are a lot of companies you can join even in the abroad or maybe in the India. So after that, what our students say about us, right? We'll also share about some student feedback, what they talk about our education system, and how I'm going to teach you guys. Each and everything will be covered out here. So then after we will discuss about the batch detail. Then after the registration process. So this is the agenda for today's workshop. So now let us understand first of all why you should learn the CCNA. So basically, CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. So definitely, it's a entry level networking course, certification course, I would say. So even if you are planning, say for example, if you are planning to, go for the server, right? Even if you are planning to go with the security, even if you go planning to go with your, cloud computing or something like that. So everywhere there is one common concept is networking. So even if you learn the, plan to make your career into server technologies, so even though you should have the knowledge of networking, even if you go with the cyber security or maybe the security, right, firewalls or everything, even though you need to have the complete knowledge about the networking, the protocols, basically you should know how these protocols actually working, how the data is been transported over the network. So everywhere in every field of IT industry, right, you should have the knowledge of networking. Once you have the knowledge, you can switch your career into any field, like into networking, server, cloud computing, or maybe security, cyber security, ethical hacking, whatever you feel like. So basically this course will add you a lot of value into your career, right? So basically the professional in-depth understanding of networking concept, it help you networking specialists keep up to date their existing skills and knowledge, right? So this is the main reason to understand, to learn the CCNA, the networking course, because it will, help you, to build your career into anywhere, any field, any domain in the IT industry, right? So now let's understand one by one what we are going to learn in this course, right? So first of all, we'll cover the fundamentals, network fundamentals. So there are basically lot of sub, you can say I'm covering the main topics of that particular network fundamental, but there are certain options, there are certain topics which will be covering, but it is not listed out here, right? So the first, under the fundamental, the role of functions of network components, right? So the characteristics of networking technology architecture, the physical interface and the cabling type, identification of the interface and the cabling issues, TCP protocol and the UDP protocol. So what is basically TCP protocol and what is UDP protocol? What kind of data TCP protocol handle and what kind of data UDP protocol handle, right? Where the TCP responsibilities are, are there, and where the UDP responsibilities are there. So we'll understand one by one each and every concept in very in depth, so that you can understand the entire concept of networking. Once it will be covered, then we'll move to, say for example, the configuration and the verification of IPv4 address and subnetting. So basically there are two concepts in the IPv4. One is the classful network and one is subnetting. And under the subnetting, we have some different concepts like FLSM, the VLSM, then supernetting, then summarization. Will cover each and everything, right? It is very much important to understand the IPv4 technology and how basically all the world actually depend on the, this IPv4, and how are each and every device which is connected to the network and, communicating with each other. Sorry. So once we'll cover, then we will move towards the IPv6, because as of now there are two type of technology which are been, released to use in the public or in the private networks. One is IPv4 technology and one is IPv6 technology. IPv4 technology, we know that it is a 32-bit IP address, and IPv6 is 128.6-bit IP address. So it is more important to understand IPv6 because it is, the IPv6 has lot of advantage compared to IPv4 which are not there. So definitely we'll cover each and everything in there. Then we'll understand the wireless principle, because nowadays if you look at the networking, so each and every networking, whether it is the private companies or the government organizations or maybe anywhere, right, public networks or the private networks, I would say, each and everywhere it is, converted from wired to wireless. So everybody is focusing on to, implement the wireless network. So being a network engineer or maybe IT engineer, you should know each and every point of wireless network, the principles of wireless networking. And why it is so important to understand, because there are a lot of things which if say for example, let me give you an example. Let's say you have designed your local area network with the wired. So because it is each and every client of your network is connected through wire. So to vulnerable, to find the weakness of that particular network is harder than the wireless network, because wireless network is easier to vulnerable. So basically, because every data which has been transmitted by your user is transmitting through the wire, through the air, sorry, through the air. So that is why it is important for us, all of us, to understand the principles of network, wireless network, how we can secure the data transmission from each and every user which is connected to our particular wireless network. So these are some basic points which you need to take care of, and what are the technologies available, how you can secure your wireless network, right from the hackers. So we are going to cover a lot of things in this. Then after, we will move towards the network access. So network access will have the local area network, the private network technologies, like configurations and verifications of VLAN, and why there is a requirement of VLAN. We'll understand that also. And during the private network, we use the two type of technology. One is layer 2 and one is layer 3. So what is layer 2 and what is layer 3, and why we use layer 2 and why we use layer 3? We'll understand each and everything, right? So basically these are the type of switches, layer 2 and layer 3, and we'll also understand where to use layer 2 and where to use layer 3, and why we are going with the layer 3 and why we are going with the layer 2. We'll understand each and every concept in very depth, so that you any network you implement in your in future, like for your own company, or maybe you're working for some company, or maybe you're consulting to some company, you should have clear concept of where to use the layer 2 switch and where to use the layer 3 devices. Definitely we'll also going to cover the redundancy protocols, right? Redundancy is important to today's network. Why? Because each and every company is directly working through the internet. So every company thinking of that, we should have always up and running the network, so that there should not be any downtime, right? Because because of the network and the business requirements. So that is why we should also able to configure the redundancy. So after that, we'll also cover the Cisco wireless architecture and the access point modes, physical infrastructure, connections of wireless components. Then also we'll configure the WLC, which is wireless LAN controller. We call it as wireless LAN controller, which actually manage your all the access points and the user authentication process. We'll cover that, and we'll also configure that from the Cisco, right? Once we cover the network access, then we'll move towards the IP connectivity. So basically, IP connectivity is sort of communication established meant between the layer 2 layer 3 technologies, I would say. Because we'll understand the components of the routing table, why there is a requirement of routing table, how routing table work, right? So we'll cover each and everything. Then how a router make a forwarding decision by default, because we are going with the layer 3 devices like router, right? So even I will give you some examples of a firewall, which is not there in the course, but definitely I'm going to cover that, so that you should have at least fair knowledge about the networking, how actually firewall directly connected with your networks, local area networks, and how the data from private network and to public network is been transmitted, right? We'll cover each and everything. Then there is a routing protocol, which is also known as the OSPF, open shortest path first. So we'll cover V2 in the IPv4 and V3 in the IPv6 technologies. The purpose of the first hope redundancy protocol will understand everything in the IP connectivity. Once that is covered, then we'll move towards the IP services, which is known as your internet, right? Or maybe we call it as public area network. So public area network, there are a lot of technologies apart from the CCNA, right? We have a lot of, not only the OSPF, we have different routing protocols. So we'll cover, definitely that is not the part of the syllabus, but I will give you a short knowledge about that, like what is ERGREP protocol, what is BGP protocol, right? It is not there in the syllabus, but definitely as a network engineer, you should know these protocols. So definitely I'm going to give you a basic information about the ERGRP and the BGP also, right? Apart from that, you will going to cover the NAT, which is network address translation. NAT is something which is configured, when ISP terminate any connection to any corporate network or maybe to any single user. So they configure the NAT, because that this is the protocol which help private network data to translate over the public network. So that is most important, you can say, the protocol which we're going to cover. Then configure and verification of NTP protocol, because there are a lot of engineer, I know that they actually don't know about the NTP protocol, and there are certain engineers I met, they know the NTP protocol and they know the benefits, but still they are not using the NTP protocol. And I have seen, because they are not using the NTP protocol, they are facing a lot of problems, right? So we'll cover the benefits of NTP and why you should use this NTP protocol. Then the role of DSCP and DNS, right? So what is DSCP and what are the types of DSCP network you can configure? What is DNS, the benefits of DNS, how you should configure the DNS into your network, right? So that is we are going to cover. Then after that, we'll cover the SNMP protocol, simple network management protocol. So basically this protocol is used to monitor the networking activity, because every engineer who is working for any organization as an employee, or maybe you have your own IT company, you cannot sit 24/7 in the front of the network, right? To monitor that particular network, right? So that is why we need some kind of protocol who actually cover all the activity, monitor all the activities which are happening in the network. So this is the protocol which we can use to monitor the network activity, even we are there or not, right? So after that, we'll cover the syslog feature, which include the facilities and the labels. So there are 7 types of severity labels. Definitely we are going to cover that. Then the configuration and the verification of DSCP clients and relay agents. So what are relay agents and how relay agent actually work in the DSCP? We are going to cover that also, theoretical and practical also. Then the configuration of the remote device and access through the SSH, we'll cover that. And after that, we'll cover the compatibility and the function of TFTP and FTP in the network. So what is TFTP and where to use the TFTP and where not to use the TFTP and where to use the FTP protocols. We are going to cover the all these protocols in the IP services. Then there is a model called network security. See, now each and every person knows about that. There are a lot of hackers, there are a lot of unauthorized users, who try to access the networks which are not authorized to access. So basically, as a network engineer, you should know how to secure your network, because basically this will help you to get a job on a priority, because each and every employer in this world is looking for the employee who knows how to manage, monitor the network. And apart from that, if you say, I know how to secure the network, so definitely you will be given a priority in during the job opportunities, you can say, right? So this is the very important model in the networking concept, which is known as the security fundamentals. Definitely there are a lot of things which we are going to cover, the theoretical and the practical, like the key different now you can understand the define key security concept, security program elements, what are the configuration device access control using the local passwords and the password security policies. There are a lot of things which we are going to cover, and the why we use the VPN and site-to-site VPN, remote VPN, you can say, right? So there are a lot of things we are going to cover under the security concept. Then after we'll move towards the network automation and the programmability. Now we, from long time we know, we also heard about the networking, automation and the programmability. But still, if I talk about the Indian infrastructure, IT infrastructure, the companies and the people are not, very much keen about the programming. But nowadays, each and every person, or maybe the owner of the properties, actually going to looking for the automation. So say for example, in the last month I met someone who is opening their factory. So they have said ki, no, we are going to cover, definitely we need network, but the first question they asked is, do you know how to use the automation in the networking? I said yes. So they see the people. Why I'm sharing with you guys, because now it is time to understand, to learn the network automation technologies. It is very much important for all of us to understand the programmability. I know programmability is not the the language are not comfortable for each and every person who is working in the IT industry. But slowly, gradually, you should understand the programming languages, because ultimately, in coming futures, it is important, it is recommended to, you should have the programmability knowledge. So basically, we'll cover the few steps in the programming, network automation and programmability, because a lot of things you can see how the basically under this CCNA 200-301, it is just a comparison between the traditional networking and the automation and programmability. There is not much practical about it, but definitely we are going to cover the Cisco DNA Center provided by the Cisco, and we also going to cover the practical session of REST-based APIs, how to do that, how to configure, how to get access from of your devices through the APIs. We are going to cover the practicals. So this is the complete the syllabus, provided by the Cisco official website, CCNA 200, under the CCNA 200-301, which we are going to cover in this course. So these are some few companies where our students have already been joined after completion of CCNA from TGM Infotech Pvt Limited, like Tata Communication, Wipro, Alliance Broadband, SAP, CSS Corp, HCL, Infosys, and there are a lot of other companies which are, these are the big companies. And apart from that, there are a lot of other companies. The people are working, as a network engineer, as a IT engineer. So this is the student say about us, right? You can see here the student has shared that he has joined the Tata Communication Limited, and people are sharing the feedbacks on the social media. A lot of comments are there. You can check out that. Once you complete the CCNA, there is one big question people ask: is CCNA sufficient to get job? So basically, my answer is to yes, but only if you are going with the ISPs. If you're going with the applying somewhere in the corporate companies, so definitely they will not give you a job based on just by covering the CCNA, right? So if they have a specific position for the network engineer, then definitely you will get a chance to join the as a network engineer. But if you apply for the apply in the with the ISPs, you will definitely get the job. Okay, because ISP need only the person who knows about the networking, who can configure routers, who can configure the switches, right? Who can manage the network, who can troubleshoot the network. So they need the network engineers. They don't need the server engineer. They don't need the cloud engineer, right? They don't need the security engineers. They need the network engineers. So I would say, I would recommend you guys, once you complete the CCNA, it is always better to apply with the ISPs, or maybe the company who implement the network for their corporate clients and something like that, right? So you definitely you will get job. You can apply for the network technician. If you apply for the network technician, here is the salary per year you can get, right? Entry level network technician, then field network engineer, or network administration. So these are some the positions which you can apply for after completion of the CCNA. And definitely if you apply and you have some great knowledge to clear the interviews, definitely you will get job. Okay. Now I would recommend it, if you are really planning to, start your career into IT industry, don't think, just do it, right? Just go for it. It's simple as that, right? Then if you join with us, you will learn and scale your IT career to next level. Because during this particular course, CCNA 200-301, because I have been working with the networking industry, say for example, almost from 21 year plus experience I have. So I am going to give you a lot of real scenario based examples, the situations, and definitely the difficulties, troubleshoot, how we did that. So there are a lot of real scenario based labs, real scenario based practicals I'm going to cover. Then beat your competitor by building strong skills. There are a lot of people, they have the plan to go, switch to IT industry. They wanted to start their career into networking, IT industry, I would say. But they are, always keep on thinking, I will join, I will join, I will join. Don't do that. As I said, just grab the opportunity, go with it, right? If you keep on thinking, then somebody else will join the networking. He or she will have the great knowledge, and they can be your competitor in future, right? So don't give them opportunity to become your competitor. It's always be better, you should give them the opportunity to become you as a competitor. Okay. Then become a six-figure IT consultant. If you complete the CCNA 200-301, believe me, I have been working in this networking industry for a long time now. If you cover the CCNA and understand the each and every protocol, and do lot of practice the way I will guide you, and definitely you can be a, as a, you can join any company as a IT consultant even, right? So that is the knowledge I'm going to give you guys. uh get a job in the IT industry simple once you complete this course, and get our in-house 100% job assistance. So this is something is important to understand. There are a lot of people keep on asking me, once I complete the CCN, do I get do you guys provide us the placement? Now I can say definitely we can give you a job opportunities, right? Even though today we have received one position in the Rajasthan somewhere, where we need a network engineer, I as a IT executive, I would say, right? So each and every day we are receiving lot of vacancies from different companies, from different states of the India. And definitely there are talks going on with the abroad companies like Australia and London, Canada. So definitely if we'll receive the job opportunities, definitely we are going to share in our TGM community, right? I'll give you a knowledge about the TGM community, how you can join free of cost, and keep on applying for different jobs. So if you join with us, what are the benefits? So the live session and the practical learning, the you have to spend at least 60 minutes per day to learn, to understand the networking concept. Then I'll teach you a very simple language. I will not, use the very hard words which are not be, able to understand. Simple language will be used. All the live session will be recorded, and it will be provided in our learning management system for repetition. Right? You can repeat the videos. Assignments will be given, and the study material will be provided. Whatever the study material I will use to teach you guys, right, I will upload and in the learning management system in the form of PDF, which you can download. Apart from that, definitely we are going to give you a official book, I would say, so for CCNA 200-301. Once you complete that, if you planning to go take an exam of CCNA, that book will help you, and my lectures will help you in that. And definitely there are a lot of engineers have already the passed the CCNA exam in a single shot after completion, the way I guided them. And definitely I'll share with you guys also. So definitely 100% job guarantee assistance. Then how to crack the interview, right? We'll give you some videos recording so that you can, if you're planning to face some interviews, how to crack the interview, what are the questions generally key employers can ask you, and how you should reply them. Well, there are a lot of things which will be covered in that. Okay, once you complete this particular CCNA 200-301, TGM Infotech Pvt Limited will give you the course completion certificate. But before issuing a CCNA certification, the course completion certification, you guys have to face one exam, and definitely that exam will be available in the learning management system. Right, once we will activate it for you guys, you will have 3 attempts. You will have 3 attempts, and you can complete that. If you pass, then in their system will generate a certificate for you. Say for example, there are 3 attempts and you failed all 3, so don't worry, after 7 days you can try again. Right, so once you will pass that exam, then only we will issue the certificate. Why so? Because we wanted to confirm that you have the knowledge of networking. That is why we have taken a decision to before issuing the course completion certificates, each and every student have to pass the exam. That is mandatory. Okay, so there are 4 other benefits for the first student who will join, who will enroll in this course. Right, that is TGM basic blueprint worth rupees 6,500, which will be provided as free of cost. Network infrastructure, apart from the CCNA, there is something called network infrastructure. Infrastructure is the very much important concept to understand for all the network engineers. And the best part of this, if you enroll today, right, so definitely we are going to give you this complete network infrastructure course for free, worth rupees 8,500. Then there is a troubleshoot blueprint. As I said, I have a lot of experience, and I have worked with a lot of different companies, clients. There are a lot of difficulties which we have sorted out. So all that particular labs I have created for you guys, which will be given you access free of cost, worth rupees 9,500. And apart from that, there is a community, free of cost community, right, and the expert guidance. If you say for example you need some guidance for your career, me and my team will be there, and there are a lot of other IT experts who will be there in the community. If you have any doubt related to your infrastructure, your configuration about the networking servers, anything, they are there to help you guys. Okay, these are the 4 benefits. And batch detail, if we talk about, so course name is CCNA 200-301, which is the official name given by the Cisco. This course we are going to cover in 8 weeks. The class timing will be 7:30 to 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, during the night, you can say, right? The class will be held on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Only 3 days: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Rest of the days you will be provided assignments. You will be given some videos, right, which you can go through and enhance your knowledge. Apart from the course, the entire topics which are there in these syllabus, definitely we are going to cover during the live sessions. But apart from that, as a bonus, we are going to give you some bonus, the video recorded lectures also, right? So registration process, if I talk about, definitely if you enroll in next 10 minutes, the regular course fees will be 15,000 plus 18% GST, which comes around 17,700. But if you join now, you just have to pay 6,999 plus GST, which will be around 8,259. So this is the final offer for you guys. If you join in next 10 minutes, I'll give you another, you can say, this very special offer. This is the regular fees as of now till 2nd July. Okay, batch will be starting from 2nd July. So the class will resume on 2nd July. The timing will be, I have already shared, like after 7:30 to 9. So if you join in next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a very special price, which is just 4,999, and that too including GST, right? 4,999 including GST. About how you can make a payment, let me share the screen again. Okay, so here is the payment options. If you are planning to start your career into IT industry and willing to learn from me, okay, so these are the 2 options available. Payment option, you can transfer into our bank account, company's bank account, which is TGM Infotech Pvt Limited. Okay, so here is the account number, the account type is current account, and here is the IFSC code. So if you can transfer into this bank account, or you can just scan and pay. So very special price I have given in for next 10 minutes, which is 4,999, almost round figure, you can say 5,000, including GST. Offer is available only for next 10 minutes. Okay, once you done with that, okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, once you complete your payment, I'll just write down here. This is the WhatsApp number. Once you complete the payment, you have to share your name, then your email ID, then course name. Simple. Okay, these 3 things you have to share along with your transaction detail. This is the WhatsApp number where you have to share. Okay, again I'm sharing the bank details and the QR code. So the final 10-minute offer is 4,999 including GST. So it's 840. The offer will be available till 850. Once you complete the transaction, this is the number, WhatsApp number, you can note down, or these numbers are available on our official website, which is tgmacad.com. You can see tgmacad.com. Go into the contact us page. You will find all the numbers listed out here. You can see this is the WhatsApp number. Once you complete the pay transaction, you can share the name along with your transaction details. Share your name, email ID, and the course name. Batch will be starting from 2nd. Class timing will be 7:30 to 9. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 days a week. Let me share once again. Okay, now if you guys have any doubt, I will give you permission to unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.